Hey everyone, welcome back to OpenExploit. I'm Pawan Jaswal, and today I'm going to show you something really cool: how to set up SOC 5 proxy through Azure Blob Storage using a tool called ProxyBlob. This can be super helpful in restricted network environments where normal outbound connections are blocked, but Azure services are still accessible. So, if you're a red teamer, pen tester, or just love clever network tricks, stick around. Let's start with the basics. ProxyBlob is an open source tool by Quark's Lab that lets you tunnel traffic through Azure Blob Storage using SOC 5 proxy. Here's the deal. In some environment, you might be able to connect directly to the internet. But if start.blob.code.windows.net is allowed, you can bounce the traffic off Azure Blob Storage, and that's exactly what ProxyBlob does. It has two components. First, a proxy server that runs on a local machine and an agent that runs inside restricted network. These two communicate by uploading and downloading encoded packets through Azure Blob containers. Pretty clever, right? Now, let me break down the architecture in simple terms. Here, proxy server writes a request into a blob file. The agent keeps polling the container and picks it up. The agent processes it, then writes back the response. The proxy reads the response and forwards it to your app. This back and forth creates a tunnel between your machine and the agent, entirely over Azure Blob Storage. The result, a full functional SOC 5 proxy that works even in locked down networks. Alright, here's what you need before you start. Go 1.23 or higher installed an Azure account with the premium Blob storage setup. Or if you want to test locally, you can use Azure, a local emulator for Azure storage. I'll show you both options, Azure and local. To set up this on Azure, go to portal.azure.com, search for storage account, click create, choose premium performance, blob storage, LRS for redundancy. Once deployed, go to access keys and copy your storage account key and copy your storage account name and key. You'll need this for config file. If you just want to test locally, option 1, use the VS Code Azure extension, or option 2, use Docker. Now let's get ProxyBlob. Clone the repository, go into the directory and make install. This gives you two files: proxy, the local SOC 5 proxy server, and agent to run inside the restricted network. Now create a file called config.json like this. If you're using Azure, add storage URL. Now start the proxy. This gives you an interactive shell. From here, you can create to make an agent container, list to see existing containers, select to pick up the container, and start to begin SOC 5 proxy. When you run create, you'll get a connection string. On a target machine or VM, run the agent like this, or embed the token at the build time. Once connected, your proxy is live. Now you can use tool like ProxyChain to route traffic. If your agent stops immediately, check the exit code. Here I have given the code with its meaning. Also check Azure credentials, blob container permission, and network firewall rules. So that's how you set up ProxyBlob. Clever way to bypass network restriction using cloud blob storage. Whether you are a red teamer doing cohort ops or a research exploring data exfiltration techniques, ProxyBlob gives you a powerful SOC 5 proxy without needing a traditional connectivity. Make sure to use it ethically and only in environments where you have legal authorization. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to OpenExploit, like this video, drop a comment if you have a question, and share it with your cybersec friends.